the first card you have, your past, is the Ten of Pentacles. So, okay, so just looking at all these cards, I'm just looking down at the left at all these cards in your past. To me, this is all about needing stability, wanting stability. Because the Ten of Pentacles is about building up stability, building up savings. Sorry about that noise. Building up your money, a family, building things up for yourself and, establishing things for a family, stability. And the Nine of Wands, obviously, he's not very stable. That's what he wants. He's coming out of a horrible situation. He's looking for stability. And also the Two of Pentacles is the most unstable man on earth. So he's kind of, juggling these coins up and down, and he looks very unstable, and he'd like to be stable as well. So this is all about searching for stability, I think, all these cards. And so not just searching, but wanting, needing for stability. That's what you needed. And I think you were with someone and they didn't give you that. This is about a long-term relationship, I think, or one that you were in. If it's not that, it's someone you've been around for a long time, I think. But I'm seeing long-term relationship, might even be marriage. Because on this card, obviously, this is an established family. This is an older man and a couple in the middle, children. So this is establishment. So it's something that was established or was someone you've known for a long time. And there might be a blended family around this, or some kind of stepchildren, step-parents, all of that kind of thing. It feels like there was a little bit of a problem with some members of the family that you had to join. And it feels like you tried to talk to this person you're with about that. You tried to talk to your partner and they weren't listening to you. It might be that this is a child and you said, this child of yours or whoever or whatever this is, or it might be a relative, might be an older relative. This person isn't behaving in this family. Whoever this is, might be their parent, might be your in-laws, I don't know. This person's not behaving in this family. I'm trying to tell you about this. Will you please listen to me? And they didn't listen to you. And I'll show you how I'm seeing this because it's interesting. Well, it is to me anyway, might not be for you. At the very bottom right edge of this card, just on the right, there's a little boy just in blue. And it looks like he's about to pull the dog's tail. And if you look at the couple, so he's behaving badly, obviously. And, the couple's not communicating properly. Someone's not listening. So there's misbehavior in a family and someone not listening to you. Very, very frustrating. And it feels like you're away from that now. It feels like you're away from that up to a point, because maybe you might still have some communication that you need to have with some of these people. So it's like there's freedom up to a point. It's like I feel free, I'm away from this up to a point, but then I'm still tied in. So you might be talking to these people, you might have to, especially if you've got family with them, it might be that. I'm also getting this other kind of, it's not entrapment, but it's like a little bit stuck, a little bit wanting to move, but you can't. It's almost like, it feels a little bit uncomfortable actually. It's like you left that situation and where you are now, it just feels temporary. It feels like it's not where you want to be forever. That's how you're seeing where you are now. Whether that's your space, whether that's your physical space, it might be the people you're around, it might be a lot of different things that you just don't feel happy where you are. You feel out of place, that's what I'm getting. And I have to say this, and you know this, everyone knows this, you're probably going to have to stay where you are until this whole thing dies down. Everyone's in this situation. It's kind of like we've all played musical chairs and we've been dancing around all the chairs and the music stopped and we've just had to stop where we are. Everyone's like that. So you've had to stop where you are. You've had to stop where you are, whether you're ready or not. Ready or not, I just have to stop. And everyone's in that. But you are going to get out of this, because the Ten of Pentacles is about, it can be about planning, saving money, all that kind of thing, preparing for things, being prepared for the future. So until you're able to actually move again or do whatever you need to do, whatever this is that you're trying to get out of and get into, just stay where you are, because you have to anyway, and make plans, keep on saving if you need to. And if you do that until, it's the time where you can actually move, you'll be ready. You'll be like, right, I'm ready. I can move now. I can just get up and go because everything's prepared, everything's planned. And, don't lose hope. If you're thinking, oh, I'm never going to get out of this, I'm really unhappy, and now there's this lockdown or whatever, and I'll never get out. Please don't lose hope, because this card's about setting yourself up to be comfortable. So you are going to be comfortable again. You are going to feel comfortable again. It's just a roadblock. It's just a roadblock, and we're going to get through this. So that's what this card's telling you as well. So I hope that makes sense to you. I feel like I'm just going blah, 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 and I'm looking at this card, and then I think, well, does that make sense? Because I always say, oh, does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, the next card you have your past is the Nine of Wands. Right, okay. Before I say anything about this card, I just want to say this. I'm just getting this. Someone might be involved with a Gemini. And I never say this. I never talk about signs, ever. I never talk about other signs. But I'm just seeing this. I'm seeing a Gemini. I'm seeing if someone's separated from a Gemini, if this is you, if you're separated from a Gemini, my feeling is that you're going to come closer. You're going to come closer again. But they need a bit of time. It's like they need time to think. And we're all being forced to do that right now. But this is a little bit more than that. They need space in their head. Look at this man. He's got a bandage on his head. So they need space in their head. So just know that you are going to communicate again if that's you. I know it's only for a few people, but there's a wait first. And it's not just about waiting, an enforced wait. It's about them needing space. So just know that. Okay, so I just had to say that for someone. Okay. Okay, so with this card, if this is you, you're over the worst. You've gotten out of this relationship or whatever this is. You're over the first hurdle. There's a bit of a pause before you can get to where you want to be ultimately. Just like this man, he's been in a battle. He's been through the worst. Now there's a pause. He's waiting, and then he's going to move forward. I have to say, just looking at this in the Two of Pentacles, it feels alone. I'm getting a very lonely, or maybe not lonely, but just being alone. It feels like you're trying to cope on your own, actually. And maybe you're discounting people's help or opinions. Maybe people are trying to say things and you're like, no, go away, I'm rejecting you. If you're doing that, I can see why that is, because it feels like you've had a couple of people. There's more than one here. There's more than one. So what's happened is, I think this is what's happened. Maybe, I don't know if this resonates. You've had problems at one time, and it looks like you spoke to these people, and it takes a lot for you. It takes a lot for you to open up, I think. But you did that. You finally did. And I'm just getting this feeling of letting it all out to someone, and you didn't get much back. Do you know what I'm getting? It's like, oh, what's the story? What happened next? It's like they wanted to be they wanted to watch a series on Netflix or something. They wanted entertainment. It's like, oh, what happened next? Tell me what happened next. And it's almost like they're enjoying it. It's like, you're enjoying my misery. I'm trying to tell you all this, and you're going, oh, what happened? What's the story? So it's just really horrible. So I think if that's you, because of that, and I can see this kind of ex-family stress and all that as well in the Ten of Pentacles. And so because of all of that, I think you've shied away from people, a lot of people. You've retreated, just like this man, he's got this barrier around him. So yeah, you're doing social distancing before everyone else, I think. And so now you're used to this. But with the Two of Pentacles, again, he's juggling everything by himself. So you had to do everything by yourself. And I think there's someone who can help you. Yeah, it feels like practical help. Yeah, there's someone you haven't spoken to for a long time, and maybe you're worried about approaching them. Because, sometimes when we have that gap in communication, it can be hard to close, because it's kind of like, oh, I haven't spoken to them in all that time, and if I talk to them again, are they going to be upset? Are they going to be angry? Are they going to not want to talk to me? There's always that little bit of awkwardness. But make the first move. If you know who this is, make the first move, because it's definitely someone you haven't spoken to for a while. It's someone you used to be close to. And I have to say this, they're not angry. They're not angry. they'll be happy to hear from you actually, and they can help you. I'm getting that as well. They can help you with something. They're a genuine person. They're a genuine person. And if you talk to them, it might start off slowly in the beginning. I'm seeing this. It might take time for them to get back to you or something. But don't be anxious. If that happens, don't worry about that, because the delay is not personal. If you look at this card, with this man juggling these coins, sometimes this can be about two people trying to communicate, and it's slow communication. So there's the coin goes up and then the other one goes up, and it feels like it's taking forever with this infinity symbol. It's like, oh, it's taking forever. It's taking an infinity for me to hear from them. So if that happens, don't worry about that. It's a practical problem that they have, or they're busy, or it's something like that. It's not personal. So I just want to tell you that if you do contact them and it takes them time, please don't worry about that. So I hope that helps someone. Okay, so the first card you have here present is the Seven of Pentacles. So I really like this card. It's a very contemplative card. There's money there, but he's really adoring. He's looking back on what he's done. So, again, this is about, it's just like the Ten of Pentacles, and it's right next to it. Waiting, saving money, planning. So again, if you're having to wait, and everyone's having to do this, obviously, use this time to save, use it to plan. I know things are difficult. It might not be that easy to save right now, but do what you can with what you have and plan. Plan to get yourself ready for this move or whatever it is you want to do, because you're not happy with where you are. I keep on feeling that. You'll be happy with somewhere else. So plan where that is, plan exactly what you're going to do. What are you going to need? Think about all that. And okay, it's interesting. There's something else here. Yeah, there's lots of observing going on here. And, a lot of people are doing this. They're observing because, a lot of people are in, obviously, and, they're posting on social media. And other people are sitting back and watching this, watching how other people are behaving. That's what's happening right now. And it's interesting for me, actually, to see how some people really are. It's like we can all see how we're all behaving in this crisis now. Some good, some bad, some in between, let's say that. So, okay, so yeah, this is actually a little bit serious. I'm getting suspicions, feeling suspicious about something. This was a little bit mixed. I'll try and explain this. Okay, so this is love related. There's money here as well, because there are all these coins here, and the reading's full of these coins. So there's something suspicious. I think you might be suspicious, or you might have been suspicious. Now, yeah, I'm not saying you're spying on your ex, but it definitely feels like you can see them or something of them or something like that. Because you've got this card, which is about looking back over things. This man's just gazing, he's just watching. And you've got the Page of Swords, which can be the spying card. So, okay, this is what I'm getting. When you're with this ex in the Ten of Pentacles, something was always under the surface. Something felt like it was under the surface. Something was hidden away under the surface. And you've always suspected something was there. There's a really uneasy feeling around this, and you didn't know what it was. You've suspected, I think, that's what I'm getting, but you didn't know. You didn't have proof. And it's like, oh, I feel really uneasy, but I can't come out and say, because they'll say, where's the proof? Or I haven't done that, and you can't really prove it. So what this is telling me is, and yeah, with this, the page of Swords, he's very, very uneasy as well as spying. This is about someone who feels very uneasy. They're very defensive, and they're kind of not stable on this rock. So something's going to come out. This is what I'm getting. Something's coming to light. Something's going to be said. That's what I'm seeing. Now, again, it's probably on social media, because I'm seeing social media here all the time. So it might be there. And what I'm seeing is, it's like, yeah, so, okay, so it's interesting, actually. I just want to say this, because I said under the surface, and I'm just looking at this man in the Seven of Pentacles, and he's planted a seed under the surface. And, when this was under the ground, under the surface, you couldn't see this when you're with them. You didn't know. You suspected, you knew something was under there, but you couldn't see what it was. And now, here it is. Look at this big plant. So when this pops up, and it's probably going to be, you're scrolling on your social media or something, it's going to pop up right in your face, really, really obvious, like this great big plant here. And you won't even have to look for this, it'll just pop up. So this is going to validate how you were feeling. It's like, finally, I was right. I know I was right. I knew I suspected something. Here it is. I can see this now. It's going to be a surprise, but it's not going to be a shock, because you've got these suspicions, and it's really just proving your suspicion. So that's what I'm seeing. You're going to find out what this says. You absolutely are. So yeah, big shock, but well, not a shock, but a surprise. A surprise. It's like, wow, I didn't think this would come out, and it's really obvious. It's right in my face. They might kind of run along and try and delete this, but you're going to see it. You're going to see this. So, okay, so just going to the Hermit now. So yeah, with the Hermit, so yeah, if you're isolated, sorry, I'm stumbling with this because I'm just seeing lots and lots of things. Okay, so lots of people are isolated. Obviously, you probably are as well, which is what the Hermit's about. But yeah, it feels like you're really using this time well, actually. I keep on seeing this, I keep on getting this environment that you're in, and you're trying to work your way out of that, or you're not happy with that. But apart from that, you're really good at going into yourself and kind of sitting with your feelings and processing them and really trying to understand them. And, there aren't a lot of people who do that. People distract themselves when they're hurt or they've got problems a lot of the time. And you process things, and that's how you get through things. That's how you get to the other side. So when this truth comes out, and it's a big thing, I can really see that, it's a big thing. And, you've already done a lot of emotional work when you came out of this originally. But I think when this comes out, it'll probably open up some new things for you, might open up new emotions, might open up some old hurts as well. And, because you've closed the door on this emotionally already, but you might have to open up some things as well. New questions, new things, new feelings, opening up old feelings. So I have to be honest, it's not going to be easy at the beginning. But I think when you've worked through this, it's going to feel a lot more settled in the end. You're going to get to a proper settlement in the end. It's like, yes, I'm kind of half settled now because I've still got these suspicions. I don't know what they're about. But then this comes out, you see what it is. It's a big surprise, like, oh no, you work through that again. And then when you work through that properly, it's like you can close this whole chapter finally. So you're going to get over this person finally. So it's actually a really good thing that this is happening. It won't feel like it at the time, but it's a good thing. So that's what I'm seeing now. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Star. Beautiful card. I love this card. Yeah, again, I can see the sequence again in these cards, in all these cards. Okay, I'll talk about this card and the Devil. And I won't mention this again after that, because I don't want to say everything about this over and over again. But yeah, this woman's obviously spiritual. She's thoughtful. This is the Star. This is spiritual. So she's thinking back over things. And then, after that, underneath her, here comes this Devil under this. So this is what she's thinking about. She's reassessing what she knows. It's like, I know the truth about this Devil now. And now I have to rethink everything. So that's what you're going to have to do. And if you look at the Devil, which you probably don't want to do, but if you want to, he's sitting on top of a box, and we can't see what's in the box. It's hidden. So I think this axe probably told you all these beautiful love words at one time. They were like, oh, I love you. You're amazing. You're fantastic. I'm so in love with you. You're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. You're so handsome, whatever it is. They said all the right things, but their words were hiding what was in the box. And the box is under the Devil's legs. And if you look at the Devil's legs, they're forming a heart. So the heart's sitting over the box. The love talk is sitting over the box to hide what's inside the box. And it looks like they were using all these words so that they could hide this. That's what I'm getting. And you're finding out what's in the box. That's what you're finding out now. And yet this horrible Devil, I think it's here to remind you again that you're not chained to this anymore. You're away from this now. You're away from this person in the Ten of Pentacles. So you've done the worst. You've gotten through the worst. You're going to have more to process when you when you find out what this thing is. But the big thing is you're away from this now. You've been through the first half, which is what I was seeing in the Nine of Wands. You're coming into the second half of this process of getting over this person totally. When this comes out, you process this, and then you are totally over this person. Really fantastic. This is really, really, really good. And okay, with the Five of Pentacles, I'll just talk about that now. I don't know if this is this person I was seeing in the Nine. I don't think it is, actually. I don't think it is. I think this is someone completely different. It doesn't feel like that person. It feels like it's different. But someone's thinking about you. And yeah, they're mirroring you. That's what I'm seeing. They're trying to get out of a situation themselves. And you are as well. So they're mirroring you and they're struggling. It looks like they're really struggling. They're struggling with money, which is what this Five of Pentacles is about. So, yeah, they're a proud person. I'm getting this really proud person. And I think right now, they just don't feel as if they're at their best. I mean, look at these poor people here. I'll lift it up to you. As you can see, obviously they're not at their best. So if you know who this is, you're probably feeling this connection with them right now. Because firstly, you're very intuitive, especially now, because you've got the Hermit and the Star in this reading. So you're in you can feel things, you can pick things up. And, okay, this might sound a little bit crazy, but it feels like they're trying to reach out to you energetically without words through the air. Because if you look at this poor boy here on the crutches, he's got a bell around his neck, and bells are about sending messages out without speaking. And the message here is, come to me, I want you to come to me, I miss you, I want you to come close to me. You know, think about church bells. What do they mean? The church bells don't say, come to me, but when the church bells ring out, all the people come into church, and they know that that's a signal. They hear the signal and they come into church. So they know to come in. So no words are being said here, but something's being, energetically brought to you over the air, and you can feel that. But the thing is, with this is, I'd love to tell you to talk to them, actually, to contact this person, because they do want to be close to you. It's very conflicting, actually, because I actually don't think I think if you approach them right at this point in time, I don't think they'd be open to that, because they're not at their best. They're not at their best. They're not happy with how they are. And it feels like they'd like to be their best for you when you contact them. So, and you're both in these situations where you're both going to change. So I think, the thing is, I'd never tell anyone to sit around waiting for anyone. So I don't want you to do that. Definitely get on with your life and do as much as you can at the moment with what you have. No one can really get on with their lives properly, but yeah, do what you can. But I think they'll probably approach you eventually when they're ready, because they want to do that. I can see that. And, you're already getting these signals. I can see that here. But don't sit around waiting. I think they will approach you eventually if this is you. And, you've got things to plan, you've got things to do. So concentrate on that with the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Save your money, plan getting out of this. And I think by the time you've done that, this will all be over and they'll be ready if you're doing that. But I don't want to say wait for someone. I don't want to say wait for people. But I have to tell you what's here, and that's what's here.